Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Purblindgamer. There's a fair chance you know that if you ended up here. I want to say I'm sorry I didn't stream
Backlog
Sunday.
Cabin. Hey at Purblindgamer.
Hey, Backlog! How's your day going, dude? I appreciate you dropping by. Oh, everybody, you should check out Backlog Cabin. He streams a lot of awesome games on original hardware.
Backlog Cabin. Going well, doing my rounds on Twitch.
Oh, nice. I appreciate you stopping by here. Yeah, I was starting to say, I didn't stream a Sunday, but like I usually do, because I ended up having a huge writing assignment that I didn't realize I needed to have done so quickly, and so I was just writing all weekend. But now I'm back, and hopefully continue to stream Wednesdays, Sundays. Maybe I'll start doing streams on Saturdays too, just because I feel like twice a week isn't a lot. So, Backlog, you're streaming Odin Sphere, or Odin Sphere? However it's pronounced. Are you going to be playing that again? That looked like a really fun game. Oh yeah, and just so everybody knows, I will be playing Scratches again today. I don't think I said that, but hopefully we'll finish the main game today, and maybe the DLC, I don't know. It depends on how far I get, how easily stumped I get by some of these puzzles. Go ahead and bring that up. There we are.
Backlog Cabin. Oh, what do you have tonight?
So, I'm going to be playing Scratches, which is this kind of indie horror game that was kind of a hit in, I want to say, 2006. And it's pretty good. We've been playing it for 3 or 4 days, and I plan to finish the main game tonight. Gets a little confusing sometimes, but it's a pretty good story. Some of the puzzles I can never tell with adventure games if I'm not figuring out the puzzles or they actually are too hard. Maybe because I didn't really grow up playing adventure games. But yeah, it's the story of a horror writer who moves into a very old mansion and begins to discover diaries and secrets about the previous owners, and there's something in the house with us. What it is, we're not quite sure.
Angela. Huh? Smiley face.
Hey, Angela. Thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing tonight?
Angela. Pretty good. Can't stay long but wanted to stop by.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks. I had a really busy weekend. I had to write a whole bunch, and I didn't get to stream, but I'm doing all right today. I'm glad, to be getting back to streaming, and haven't had too much work this week.
Angela. What were you writing?
Oh, it's just a script for this a series I'm potentially working on with another guy that he's helping me or asked me to help him develop it, and still kind of in the early stages, but I was trying to get a script written, and yeah, I actually did, so that was a relief. Yeah, have you been having a good week, Angela?
Shkudu Angela. Yay. That's so cool.
Well, yeah, we'll see if it goes anywhere, like, most projects that I work on, or most projects in Hollywood, but fingers crossed. I remember from the maid's letter, something hidden under a loose board. I want to say it's near the bed. Maybe she didn't say under the side table. Oh wait, is that it? So this is, we got the translated letter from the Italian maid mailed back to us earlier on this day in game, and this is, we think, photographic evidence of James Blackwood burying his wife's body in the yard, I believe.
Shkudu Angela. My week's been alright. No mandatory overtime for the first time in a few weeks, so that's always good, haha.
Oh.
So I know you've played this on stream before, but I didn't get to see. What's the story?
Oh, I'm glad you didn't have a mandatory overtime. So basically, we're a horror writer who has moved into this old, fully furnished house that his friend, the real estate agent, found for him. And he's been investigating the former owners, and there's some sort of strange history going on. The former owner, James Blackwell, who was previously an engineer in Africa and made contact with a kind of sinister tribe there. Apparently he killed his wife, and then he vanished. It may have had to do something with a miscarriage that she had, or a stillbirth a couple of years before. And then a family friend who was a doctor lived in the house, and he began to slowly go insane, and he vanished too. There's something about hearing mysterious voices, and every night we've been here, we've heard scratching noises in the fireplaces. And last night we crawled into the furnace and saw something moving around in the darkness. So we're not alone in the house, and we're still trying to figure out the ins and outs of this mystery. What happened to the Blackwoods and Dr. Milton? I think I wanted to take the photo. I'm trying to see if there's any other clues in it. I think it's the front yard. And I did look up a couple of small hints before today, because I remember when I played this some years ago, there were a couple of parts that really had me stumped. I know one involved trying to read the plaque in the crypt. Oh wait, that's the basement. Spent quite enough time in here.
Pendula. Oh, okay. So you have to like find clues and stuff? I'm not good at games like that, but I still like them.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I like them. I don't know. I would say I'm good at them. Sometimes it takes me a long time to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and I end up just, yeah, okay, let's click every object on every hotspot until something works. But it is fun if the games have, you know, a good story, and I think Scratches has a pretty good story, especially if you like horror. There's an important clue in the crypt, and what I have to do is take this mirror out of the house and try to shine the light into the crypt with it. Is it? I think it's this room. The layout of the house is pretty straightforward in this game, but there are a couple rooms I always seem to get mixed up with. Which is which.
Pendula. Oh, I definitely wouldn't ever think of that on my own, haha.
I know, some of these games, and I know that's not ridiculous logic by adventure game standards, but it's still, if the game doesn't give you hints about it, you're not necessarily going to think of it. Is this the screwdriver? You know, like if the game had said something about, oh, this mirror is attached by screws, at least you would know to use the screwdriver on it. But perhaps I asked too much of adventure games. I do want to try playing more of the old Sierra and LucasArts ones, so I know some of them are pretty illogical or confusing. But that's half the fun. Garage, I think the crypt is. Kind of looking for the spot where the body's buried, but I don't know if we can find that yet. I'm just pretty sure it's here because of the rocks. Anyway. Anyway, this is the greenhouse. Where's the... I think that's only the garage, yeah. I guess it was the crypt that was out back. Had trouble finding the pathway. Let's see if I do a little better this time. I think we go to the end. Which side is it on? There. And the cursor is being troublesome again. Oh, there we go. Oh, right. That was the other thing. As I tried to break the window or the skylight with a stone so that we could see through. And oh, there it is. Apparently what it did was it bounced off the wall because I missed and I didn't notice. So now we have to throw it and break the window and then use the mirror to shine the light. Fortunately, we own this property so we can break all the windows we want. Heck, if I found a... Ooh, wouldn't it be nice if you could just take the ladder out of the attic and climb up on top of the crypt or chapel and take the hammer in our inventory and smash all the windows? Now that'd let some light in. Again, I hurled the stone at the window with all my strength, and this time my aim was true. The glass collapsed, throwing shards in every direction. Thankfully, none of it hit me.
Shudapangela. That would make too much sense, haha.
Yeah. Can't try to outthink the game. So. I would have had to somehow attach the mirror to the candle holder. Okay. What do we got? Wired mirror. Sweet. He's all about candle holders again. Down we go. This is right. The inscription was so eroded, but it seemed the name began with the letter R. Oh well. We know one letter of the baby's name. The reason... wrong way. And the reason this is important is that the baby's name provides the key to the combination lock that we found in the drawer. And in the letter with it, Dr. Milton had alluded to the baby, and I thought it might have been the year or the date of his birth, but nothing quite so prosaic. And after that, hopefully I'll be able to figure out most of the rest without having to look up any other little nudges in the right direction. I'm going to save real quick since this game does sometimes crash. Yes, we never did find a way to break into the bricked up nursery, so every time we go there, we have to risk life and limb. Fortunately, people who sit at a typewriter all day are known for having a great deal of upper body strength and being able to climb up and down ropes. I'm so glad they didn't make us do that in gym class. Also, not to have gym class anymore. It's one good thing about grad school. They don't make you run the mile. Talking about how someone took measures to forget because they bricked up everything. Now, I did notice there was something on the blocks which first looks like symbols, but it's pretty sure it's actually numbers. Sorry, zooming in. VIN 097.
Pendula. Especially if you just lift the typewriter all day like the main guy in Misery, then you have all the upper body strength.
Yeah, and not much lower body strength. At least he wheeled himself around, too. Misery. I saw that movie. I never read the book. I do like Stephen King, so it was probably a good book. Was that James Caan? I saw James Caan in a more recent movie recently, so I was thinking of him. I think it was James Caan and Kathy Bates.
I'm the opposite.
Sorry, you're the opposite? How so, Angela? You mean you've read the book but not seen the movie?
Pendula. Yes.
Oh, cool. I like Stephen King books, but most of them are so long, it's, yeah, a big time commitment. The ones I've read all the way through, I've enjoyed. So here's the R, which we know his name starts with, which is 5. And I think the logical deduction is the baby's name is Robin. And there's an O. I don't trust myself to remember things. Especially not when I have to track back through the house and climb down, up and down that rope again if I misremember one digit. And man, I'm glad there are no QuickTime events. Press X to not fall to your death. I love a good mystery as much as the next guy, but even I gotta say, Michael Arthate is a little obsessed at the point.
His shorter ones are definitely better. He has a tendency to ramble about things that do not matter, haha. Cujo is pretty good, but I will never watch the movie version.
Oh, I started to read Cujo and I couldn't get into it. I think it was like you said, it felt like one of the ones where he was going on a bit too long. And I know sometimes the movies are really different from the books, and I remember watching Salem's Lot, the edited down version of the miniseries, and then I think I was reading somewhere that the book is significantly different. But he wrote a prequel to Salem's Lot called Jerusalem's Lot, which is, I think, set in the late 1800s and written more in the Lovecraftian style.
Salem's Lot is the worst, ha ha ha.
Oh, then I'll avoid the book. But I think Jerusalem's Lot is really well written, and it felt like it was written by Lovecraft or M.R. James. It was just like a kind of longish short story, though. Remember they had it as an audiobook at the library. Which I believe the desk is this way. see now. 56097.
I love vampires so much, so I tried really hard, but it's so boring. I will try Jerusalem's Lot though. It sounds like I may like that better.
I thought it was really good. It was, I'm pretty sure it was in the Night Shift collection. I can't remember, but I like those older, you know, kind of late 1800s, early 1900s horror stories in general. Five, 6. Oh. 9, 7. Wait a second. Should I? Hmm. Five, 6, 0, 9, 7. Come to think of it, the O. On the O block, the number was in a different place, so maybe it was upside down. ROBIN. Yes! 59097. Mm-hmm.
Pendula. Unfortunately, I do have to go now, but I hope you have a fun stream.
Oh, thank you so much, Angela. I really appreciate you dropping by. And I'll try and stream a bit earlier on other days, and hopefully I won't miss this Sunday. I can't think of any reason why I should, but I really do appreciate you coming by. Now the box definitely seems to be empty, except we can mess with this thing. Huh. Because when I see... trying to see if there's something changing in the box when I move that partition or whatever it is. It's only got 3 positions. I'm gonna see if the letter has any clue. Dear Catherine, first of all, I beg you to take the utmost care in order to keep this letter away from James. I don't like to think of the mental breakdown he would suffer if he reads this. You know James much better than I do, so you must share my conviction that he'd never harm anything. But even so, I'd ask you to be careful whenever he's around, at least until we sort out this situation. He has been especially unstable lately, speaking about his determination to suppress this so-called curse. I truly fear for him and for his sanity. I still wouldn't say he qualifies as dangerous, but just in case, be cautious. I've been playing the role of an ally who believes in James, and so far I think I've done a good job in convincing him. But I'm afraid I won't last too much longer. I can't do all the things he's now asking me to. He has been delving into some very obscure arts, and what began as a hobby has now become a dangerous obsession. He wants me to perform an African ritual as on that awful mask he brought. He's convinced he has released an ancient spirit which will harm everything he loves and cares for. It's also utterly insane that I'm ashamed to translate this into words. My biggest fear is that I will end losing my own mind along with him. I have to put an end to all of this. And about that other issue, you should know I've gotten over it, Catherine. What we all did 2 years ago, the decision we made, and how and knew would affect the course of our lives, has been haunting my sleep ever since then. I know you must be the one more affected by this, but you wouldn't understand all that has been going through my head. The confusion, the contradiction, now more than ever. I am not sure whether it was the right decision or not, but there's no turning back and we must face the consequences. All I wanted to say about this is that I'm unnerved. You have my word I won't ever reveal anything. Whatever you do with this letter, make sure James doesn't feel anything suspicious. I'd rather have you destroy this, though. Extreme situations require extreme measures. Christopher Milton. There's nothing. I mean, it's important to the plot, but it doesn't give any clue to. Mysterious box puzzle. It's giving us all this space to click on, but I can't tell if it's all one hot spot or what. Unless there's something with this other partition. No. Are we supposed to try random combinations? Cause I mean, and chat, feel free to let me know if you see something I'm missing here, because all I see is this one piece we can rotate. And then nothing else. Is that? Yeah. I'm trying to think where else there could possibly be a hint. About this puzzle. I'm coming up empty-handed. Empty-minded? I'm not positive, but I think this puzzle is like we've pretty much done everything we can before this puzzle to progress the story. No visual cues that I'm seeing. Oh, wait. That worked. Something happened. What? Oh. Guess that's all just more money. I wonder what country this... I thought this was set in England, but you know, I can't really make out the details of the notes, but I keep seeing these coins with holes in the center, and I think this is set like before they went to the decimal system, but I don't think there were. I didn't think there were pre-decimal coins with holes in the middle. I don't know. I haven't exactly studied the numismatia of mid-20th century Britain. Sorry about that. The key was heavily adorned. Yeah.
Carpet 22. Spooky.
Hey, is it Carpet? Yeah, it is a pretty spooky game. Thanks for coming by. How are you doing today?
Carpet 22. Doing fine, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. It says adorned, and it looks kind of like a Celtic cross. I'm wondering if we're supposed to take it back to the chapel. Are you a fan of horror games, Carpet? It's one of my go-to genres, or I guess I wouldn't call it a genre, but styles, whatever. I like horror.
Carpet 22. As long as it is not just jump scares on a loop.
Right. If you wanted jump scares on the loop, you could go to Newgrounds and find a few Flash games like that. Which, I know Flash is dead, but they have ways of still playing them. Like, yeah, click back and forth between these three objects until something bloody screams at you.
Is that still around? Carpet 22. What year is it?
What year is it? Now or in the game? In the game, it's 70...
Carpet 22. October 1976.
Okay, thanks. I knew it was... I was trying to do the math, because I knew after the owner disappeared, or the doctor lived here for a while, and then he disappeared, and then we got our paws on the house. So, 1976, yeah. This world of typewriters and old school telephones. Just check my notes. See if there's anything. The box contained yet another key, except that this one looked fairly gilt, perhaps? That's gilt. Does he mean gilded? Think if there's anything else we need to do in here. If I should go back to the chapel, and I didn't notice a keyhole there, but I wasn't looking for one. We haven't called our pal Jerry in a while. Wonder if he's found any more hints for us. Jerry was avoiding me. I was starting to think he didn't think my obsession with this house was healthy. Perhaps because he had told me as much. Jerry needed to understand. I was a horror writer. I took my scares where I could find them when I couldn't come up with them. And perhaps my obsession was because I'd been in this dark house for several days because Jerry's friend, Mr. Electrician, wouldn't come by and restore the power. I resolved to start calling Jerry Mr. Real Estate Agent, and my assistant Barbara Miss Assistant. Would that make me Mr. Horror Writer?
Carpet 22. You sound very similar to Michael. Carpet 22.
Thanks.
A British accent helps.
Yes, I've been, hearing him talk as we play this game, so I just started kind of got stuck in my head, and I took to imitating him for fun. Yeah, I do like the voice acting in this game. Although sometimes I feel like they don't have quite the right emotion, but I wonder if that's that thing of sometimes they will give the voice actors in video games just individual lines and not any context for security purposes, I guess. It's always a struggle actually getting to the chapel. Partly because I'm playing this windowed, the cursor registers a bit off sometimes. That's why I keep looking at paintings randomly. Not because I'm obsessed with the art in this game. Though there are plenty of paintings. Yeah, candle holders. It's just... yeah. No, nothing we haven't seen already. I couldn't imagine what the purpose of this grating in the floor was. Obviously, nobody down there was in need of fresh air. No, this way, Michael, this way, come on.
Carpet 22. How are you enjoying Better Call Jerry Simulator?
I've been enjoying it. I played it a long time ago, and I enjoyed it then too, but I forgot how frustrating some of the puzzles could be. And yeah, it is a lot of, trying to call Jerry, which I tried to call him right before I left the house, but it gave me a busy signal, so.
Carpet 22. Are you following Asylum?
I haven't really been. I know. I saw some mention of it as a month ago. I know it's been in development for a long time, and I think it'll be really cool when it comes out. Yeah, have you been following it? Have they, released any news recently?
Carpet 22. Since 2010, they are still working on it.
Trying to beat Duke Nukem's record. Or Duke Nukem forever. And I'll definitely play it when it comes out. And hopefully, since they've spent so long on it, it'll be really good. And I do like it when the indie developers just keep plugging away at a game in spite of all the setbacks. And, even if it takes years, it gets done eventually. I know there are several horror game developers like that where, it may take them a while, but we'll end up releasing a new game in time. I was playing Darkness Within last year and thinking I'd read that the team was either they were making or they had made a third game.
Carpet 22. It will be done. He is putting his top men on it. Carpet 22. Top men.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it, and I'm sure his top men will bring about results. And even if we don't get Asylum until, say, 2030, I'll still play it. Yeah, the amount of, now they've been working on it for 10 years. I can't think they would, they must be desperate to get it, released and get it to the public. Yet another key. Fairly guilt. I feel like Michael is being deliberately obtuse with his notes. Like, he's writing them for himself, ostensibly, but he's saying, perhaps? But no, I wouldn't say in my notes to myself what I was thinking. I could never do that. What if I were killed and someone came across my notes, as had happened with previous people in this house? Then where would the mystery be? There's literally nothing else in here that I seem to be able to access.
You should record yourself reading for an audiobook.
Oh, thank you. I would enjoy that. I have been interested in getting into voice acting. Haven't yet done anything big, but I think that would be a lot of fun. Or doing audiobooks. Or at the very least, reading the text in video games for people. We're not able to go around here, are we? No. That's just the way out. Oh, just takes us back there. Maybe I'm wrong and we're not supposed to use the key here. I had a pretty strong memory of finding a secret passageway. I thought it was in here, but maybe not, or maybe it's later. Oh well, back to the house to see what there is to see. Do we have... We do have the shovel. I guess I can have a go at digging up the body. Yeah, try one more time. Better call Jerry Simulator. I like that carpet. Clearly avoiding me. So 1 o'clock p.m. Okay. We're midway through the day. Just save real quick. Thought it was somewhere around here. We should let us take the photo with us. Wait a second. Looks like a different path. I can't remember. This leads to the tree where the key washed to, or... Oh! Here's the chapel. Right. Was the crypt and the chapel. That? The lock produced a loud noise that echoed in the quietness of the area. It made me wonder about the secrets that had been kept safe and undisturbed in there for years. Not even inside the chapel did I perceive a peaceful environment. The deadly silence was deeply unsettling. We haven't actually gotten to explore in here yet. The chalice was lavish and pleasing to the eye, but was sadly of no use to me. The accoutrements inside the chapel, though mostly golden and shiny, looked sad and fragile. Yeah, there's definitely nothing else inside there. It was some kind of small metal ring. Oh wow, that worked. Surprisingly simple. There was a large wooden statue of the Christ looking after this holy place. Just takes us back. So we got that part of the floor off, but there's more here. There's something blocking our way. Fortunately, when the National Trust acquired the house, they didn't touch any of the religious items either, some of which I would guess would have been silver. Well, considering they didn't clean out the waste paper baskets either. He's not even going to bother with light switches anymore. nothing else downstairs. Bible. To the I can't read it. Don't know that it's important. Beloved. Oh. Nice. There's something hidden in the Bible. Which I think they also used in... I want to say it was Ex Mortis 2. We really must start hiding things in hollowed out books one of these days. The cabinet in this small loft contained items that seemed to have belonged to a priest. Those papers? I guess not. Damn it, this is an adventure game. When I see papers, I want to read them. I think that was some sort of alert. But I can't seem to find anything up here besides that. Heavy nail. I'm finally inside the chapel, the place where Blackwood spent most of the time during his last days. I can feel it. I'm about to make great discoveries in here. Yes, considering the amount of time it took us to find the place and the key to the place, I should hope there are great discoveries to be found. Yes. Yes, the statue had a noticeable orifice in the bottom. Okay. Wait. Something was curiously different about the Inri sign there. Oh, I see. Inri. What have we that we could use? Oh. Let us go down here. Very dark. It was nearly impossible to discern anything in this secret room, but there seemed to be a cuts off, but maybe it's a candle. It looks like a candle holder. Oh my. Most of the books scattered in this hidden room were about occultism and African culture. Even their titles were disturbing. Letter. April 5th, 1963. Christopher. These may very well be my last notes in this regard. I'm afraid Catherine has already realized what I've been doing here all this time. In vain I've tried to explain myself, and I know what might have been the outcome had I kept insisting. If you could only believe me, Christopher, because I know you intend well, but I can feel the doubt in your heart. Put your rational thoughts aside for a moment and yield to the facts. If I can do it, someone who was constantly taught in the wonders of science ever since his childhood, then so can you. I'm hoping that you will contemplate the possibility of some truth in my assessments once you read about my latest findings. It is imperative that you carry on with this task. Catherine is watching my every step, and I'm afraid she'll take strong measures if I do anything out of the ordinary. Did you know? She has been talking to other doctors besides you, and psychiatrists. My God, Christopher, I fear that she's willing to shut me up in a madhouse. How is it possible that all of you won't believe me? As if what happened with my own son wasn't proof enough. In my adjacent notes, you will find an exhaustive essay on the origins of the curse and what should be done to eliminate it. I know the whole amulet deal must sound crazy to you, but you have to trust me. The tribe has been doing this for centuries. Are you going to forfeit all that knowledge and experience? You must be talking about the Dalmar tribe. They faced a god, Christopher, and lived to tell it. Now it's our turn to live and tell the story. And Christopher, if we fail to remove the curse and anything happens to me, I want you to do it. And I have my complete mental facilities whilst I'm asking you this. It has been becoming more and more dangerous lately. Do not hesitate. There is simply no other way, and you would be the only one left who can do it. Promise me. Promise me you will. I know I'm asking you to become a cold-hearted murderer, but Christopher, our lives, and possibly many others, are at stake. Isn't that enough to forget your vow? Oh, I think it was signed James. Was it? Perhaps it's over here. Ah, blast it. There's more books. Yeah, the candle. Doesn't he say adjacent or something? Right, adjacent notes. And the note's not here. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh wait, here it is. Oh, it's more from his diary. March 25th. The folklore of the Dalmar is just as disturbing as their vicious attacks. If my researches have been correct, then I could have stumbled upon one of the most ancient tribes ever known to humanity, dating back to the era when the so-called Bushmen inhabited South Africa. We're talking over 20,000 years ago. How could any civilization manage to survive all this time without ever hunting or expanding? Just being there. I don't dare to imagine what 200 centuries of inbreeding and cannibalism can do to people. I've seen them, and they can't be called humans. What is most unsettling is their mystical background, impossible to be considered a religion due to its complete lack of basic rules and morality. The only simple premise is to keep an evil entity at bay, which has been stalking them since the beginning of time, or Dark Ages. At this point in my research, I had to stop and consider the implications. The Dalmar actually thought of their later period, the systematic slaughtering of mankind, as good times or golden ages. I thanked the Lord that this tribe never managed to grow, as I seriously think the region, maybe even the entire continent, would have suffered terrible consequences. The history is so ancient that it makes me feel dizzy. The vengeful god, which is incidentally referred to as Dolholm, would control the Dalmar via its many incarnations. Most of the time it would be a tall feline-like figure, always dwelling in shadows and slaying any villager who would unwittingly come close. Some say its deadly claws would not only penetrate your body but your soul. The purpose of the harassment is unclear. It would look as if the Dalmar were simple toys to play with. It seems then that the Dalmar managed to free themselves from its clutches with the help of an amulet or charm which would effectively force the entity to retreat. The most curious thing is how this amulet was conceived. Two main elements were required to perform the exorcising of this evil, and they had to be strictly related to each other, one representing the victim and the other representing the victimizer. To achieve this, someone related to each one was used. While I'm not sure what is referred to as the victim, I think it can be concluded that anything belonging to any villager would have served, given that they were all victims. As for something representing the victimizer, that may have been complicated. What could possibly be related to a god? This god in question. Next, these elements had to be mixed with a rare medicinal plant native to the region, which apparently had the properties to blend both items together, as long as they were not too solid. Finally, a branch of a particular tree whose name escapes me, now had to be used as the holder of the blended items. It is this item that It is on this item that a mysterious blessing was performed. It should be noted that all the elements had to be organic. The Dalmar successfully released themselves from the torment of the vicious god with an intense ritual that seems to have taken days to perform. In the end, the amulet was so powerful that the entity surrendered to their will and offered divine power in exchange for sacrifices. But the Dalmar wouldn't allow to be fooled. They decided that getting rid of this evil once and for all would be the wisest thing to do. So they managed to capture its spirit and store it someplace where they could guard it for ages to come. My God, the evil spirit was cast into a mask, trapped inside the confines of its blessed wood for eternity. A mask which its description bears uncanny resemblance to. Who am I fooling? It is the mask the Dalmar would keep this spirit at bay via regular rituals involving the bloody sacrifices and the aforementioned amulet. The last book I read today about the Dalmar, in reality 2 small paragraphs, as amusing bonus reading in a book lent by the museum, have revealed to me something that left me completely paralyzed with terror. I've always wondered, since I began studying them, what made the Dalmar savagely slaughter neighboring tribes without any apparent reason. Was it a violent, raw instinct? Did they feel threatened in any way? Was it by a perverse and ungodly sense of enlightenment? No, it was fear. Fear that someone else would take the mask and release the god. They killed to protect themselves from falling again into the Dark Ages. If they went to such extreme lengths to avoid this, then what did they have to endure when the entity was free? The rituals haven't been performed on the mask for years now. What have I done? What have I done? I was shocked to learn about this evil. Terrifying as it was to me, I still wonder to what extent James Blackwood would go to get rid of the evil. So, I think it's clear what mask they're talking about. Can't help feeling there's something important in here, but I don't know what. It isn't exactly important whether this curse is real or not, even though I'm actually willing to believe that due to my experiences inside this house. But the fact is that Blackwood believed it was very real. What drastic measures did he take to get rid of it? A murder? A sacrifice? Not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we need to do something about that mask. Well, he was talking about that ritual. Wait. No, back this way. Mentioned a tree and a plant, which I think might be the mysterious ones in the greenhouse. And that reminds me, I should save again. Imposing but dead tree. Oh, branch. I guess that was what we took from the secret room under the chapel. I noticed we took something, but I was so caught up in reading the notes that I forgot. Come on, Michael, go over to the stairs. You like stairs. Everybody likes stairs. Those are the shears. I took a few leaves with me. Since I don't think we need to mess with the water anymore. I keep ending up at this darned tree when I try and get back to the house. Mm-hmm. 2:00 p.m. Called Jerry Simulator. I like that. Give him a ring. In case he's not quite confused that I've lost it yet.
Jerry, it's me.
Michael, I was about to call you.
Why?
I've been thinking about what you told me, and you could be onto something there. But I'm worried about your safety now. This could be dangerous.
What do you mean by dangerous?
Well, let's suppose you're right, and James Blackwood is indeed hiding somewhere inside the house. He's a madman, a murderer, and your life could be in danger.
Jerry, if James Blackwood is still alive, he'd be nothing more than a harmless, decrepit old man. I don't think I'd have any problem outdoing him.
And what if he is armed?
I'm willing to take that risk. He surely knows I'm here by now. What if he's waiting for me to leave so that he can escape? I can't miss this opportunity.
The opportunity
Escape.
of what, for Christ's sake?
Of knowing. I'm already too much into this, Jerry. And if I don't know what happened inside this house, I won't be able to sleep again.
You're obsessed. You were supposed to finish your book, get some rest, and now look at this. What are you going to say to your editor?
Who knows? Maybe this whole episode inspires me to write that ending. I'm sorry. I can't leave this now, Jerry. It's too late.
I can't believe this. I don't understand you. Doesn't the possibility of spending another night in that house with a creepy old man hiding in the basement scare you?
I know what you're trying to do. Goodbye, Jerry.
Michael? Michael! It's dangerous. Do you hear me? Dangerous. You have to leave that place.
I'll keep you informed.
I'm starting to think our obsession really is a little problematic. So I don't know that James Blackwood would be that old, would he? I don't know. Not quite sure what to do, but I've tried to churn out some pages recently. As being a writer, I should make a go of it. I didn't want to touch the typewriter, or even to look at it. It's, no work for us today. Just going to have a look at the nasty thing. The hollow eyes were piercing, almost hypnotizing. It is a pretty interesting concept of like a godlike being. Pretty disturbing. So it was like a cat, wasn't? Yeah. In some ways, feline humanoid. Especially in it toying with its victims. It's getting darker, at least as viewed from some angles. I'm just going to have another look at the photograph the maid took of where the body's buried, see if I can figure it out.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk. I need your permission to help.
I seem to have clicked out of the game screen and opened something. The Windows version of Dragon Naturally Speaking, perhaps. I'll fix that up right quick. Oh, gone now. Anyway. Before I was so rudely interrupted by technology. Should take it from her window. Can't tell if that's a crease or a distinctive looking tree. You can definitely see the rocks of the path. I'm trying to think what else I could be doing, or should be doing. Throw the typewriter through the window. I am not feeling well. Has somebody just been at the front gate? Finally, Mr. Electrician was here. I thought he might shed some light on the situation. But again, he didn't wait. What's this? Mr. Notice of Eviction. Mr. Michael Arthate, due to irregularities during the acquisition process carried out by Mr. Jerry P. Carter, you are to immediately leave the property known as Blackwood Manor. If you fail to comply, legal proceedings will be enforced against you. You have 2 days to effectively abandon the property after the issuing of this notice. We take no responsibility for the courier services. A police officer is due to arrive at the Blackwood Manor on Tuesday, October 15th. Should you be present, you will be immediately taken into custody without further notification. the National Trust. So that's tomorrow. So that was the reason Jerry wanted me to leave the house so badly. I bitterly realized that he wouldn't come for me, and that it was up to me to find a way to leave the house. Why wouldn't he come for me? I mean... kind of told him off, but I guess he's willing to let the legal system have me. Irregularities. Good old Jerry. Except I can't leave. Because my car is still dead, right? Yeah. Well, at least the horn still works. Jerry fooled me. I can't believe he did this to me. Faking the acquisition of the house. I've known him for years. I'm deeply hurt. But more so, worried. I have a few hours left to do something about Blackwood Manor. If I don't succeed, the solution to the mystery will be lost forever. I can't deal. I think it's cutting off part of the bottom. Is it? Hang on. I can deal with Jerry later. And trying to position it right for the zoomed in part so I can still read the description text easily. Okay, but what can I do at this point? I'm trying to find the body. kind of just looking for... Oh. Since I noticed it, that probably means there's something here. Nothing. I wonder if it was the right time to do this. That sounds like a hint to me. Like we've explored just about everywhere. Yeah, it's getting later, but we have in our inventory. There's not much we haven't used. To make the amulet we need are the victimizer and the victim. Not seeing anything different. Who? Is it me? There. Sorry, just adjusting it. That should be a little better. What is that? Oh, right, a piece of newspaper. Just running through my mind, trying to think of places in the house that have some clue that I've overlooked. Actually, you know, I need to get up and stretch anyway. I think I'm going to go ahead and look at a walkthrough, just see if I can get one hint to get me going in the right direction. So, I'll be back in just a moment. I get some water too. Surely obvious enough when I find it. Hey guys, I'm back. So, I looked up the next thing I'm supposed to do, and it's to charge the battery of my car. And I believe I recall how to do that. And hopefully, after this, I'll be able to figure out everything else on my own. One can only hope. Now might be a good time to save. Didn't? That's the frustrating thing. It says in his notes he's, got to do something about the mystery, but your objective is to Go charge your battery so you can leave. Classic misdirection. That's why. The light comes on when you turn that because it's some form of generator. Having the cables connected. Where are the cables? Perhaps I have jumper cables in my car. I reconsidered doing something about the battery, now that I had it sitting on the crate. Oh. No, I mean, would there be jumper cables in there? If that's where the engine is. We'll have a proper look round the garage. We certainly got everything out of the toolbox.
Artyom Havoc. Hey friends.
Hey, Havoc. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a good evening. We're getting perpetually stumped by this game. At least I am.
Artyom Havoc. I'm doing wonderful. Just relaxing and enjoying my evening.
Oh,
How
nice.
about you?
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm doing all right. I missed streaming Sunday because I had too much work, and now but today I've had a pretty good day, and I'm hoping to finish the main game of Scratches, which shouldn't be too much longer if I can just figure out a couple of things. But alright, everybody, you should check out Havoc. He streams a lot of really cool games. Incredible variety.
Artyom Havoc. Artyom 7 IBM Heart.
And how'd your stream today go, Havoc?
Artyom Havoc. It went really good. Played Starlink Battle for Atlas. That game is pretty cool.
Oh, neat. I don't know that one. Starlink. So I'm assuming it's a Legend of Zelda spin-off, but set in space. Yeah, they already did it for Super Mario. Was that the cables?
Artyom Havoc. Haha. It was the game where you attracted ships and character and weapons to your controller.
Oh. Yeah, I've never heard of that one, but that sounds cool. I'm assuming he's actually charging the battery now and that we're connected. Yes, English cars have their engines in the boot. Or this one does anyway. What do you think Volkswagens did traditionally? I don't know about the newer ones. It was quite often I would mistake the back of my car for a gate to my house. I really was distracted. As I prepared myself to leave the manor, I suddenly felt responsible for disturbing the forces that had up till now laid dormant inside the house. I had to do something. Yeah, that's his way of saying he just couldn't let it alone. They were trying to make this amulet to break the spell held on the house by the evil elder god trapped in the mask. And part of it involves digging up a corpse. No, I've gone too far. Hey, I'm so glad I don't live in this house. I would be getting lost all the time. I mean, also the whole, like, dark history and malevolent spirits thing. Studying the photograph again. I thought again about taking the photograph with me so I could easily consult it. It didn't seem right, though. In a house full of evil and secrets, that photograph had nothing to do with any of that. But still, I couldn't disturb it from its resting place under the floorboard of some young woman who'd left the house years ago. Except, of course, short term, to look at it. So, this. Oh, maybe that's a shadow. Because there was a shadow when we were looking at the plot of ground a moment ago. I don't think her letter told what time of day, but yeah, that's the clearest landmark I can see. I still can't tell if this thing is a tree or a crease in the photograph. Oops. This way. Yeah, there's... Let's see if I got this right. I was equally terrified and saddened upon uncovering the dead body of Catherine Blackwood. All those years, she was left to rot in this improvised grave. The corpse was all contorted and rotted beyond recognition. What horrified me most was the aspect of its teeth leaping out at disturbing angles. Poor Mrs. Blackwood, she seemed to be silently smiling, shouting at me, or rather crying. I tried to pull a tooth out without success. Because if she's the victim... I thought... I'm trying to... If James... We think James killed her to try and sacrifice to the god to keep it inside the amulet, or inside the mask, but the god didn't kill her. Then even if the curse is true, she wouldn't be the victim, logically. Yes, there's more going on here. Doing my best to contain my repulsion, I pulled a tooth from the body. I quietly left, bearing Mrs. Blackwood back to her dead, cold dreams. Something. I think. There's something in the gallery, but I have a half memory of. I don't know. Yeah, if I hadn't played this before, I would think I would be spending a lot more time getting stuck. It kind of looks like the mask we saw under the chapel. Or maybe our notes will give us a clue. I was suffering the same ailment that disturbed Blackwood, and in turn Milton. First the whispers, then the feeling of a presence stalking us in the house. The only possible explanation is that the curse is real, and I have revived it with my arrival. I must do something about this. I have uncovered the body of Catherine Blackwood. So it was true. They never retrieved it. I wonder if her soul has found some rest. Something tells me it won't. With a lump in my chest, I returned Catherine to her improvised tomb. Nothing. Lion's claw. Tapestry. I know what it is. No, that's right. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to take the lion's claw because the ancient god was said to take the form of a predatory cat, and this is something that belonged to him. Or to a predatory cat. Probably wouldn't have made that jump in logic so easily. And since they can't be in too solid form, this is where we finally are supposed to use that coffee grinder, which we discovered the first day, and which we knew was important because it had an actual animation for it. sound effects. I try not to think about my teeth getting ground up by terribly sharp blades. Powder from both teeth and the fruit. The leaves were now mixed with the dust from a tooth and a lion's claw. Lion's claw, not lion's tooth, sorry. We've got branch and we've got these. We're missing something, or I'm missing something. Going to go back to the chapel and reread what Blackwood said about the amulet. I think, yeah, it was in the secret part of the chapel. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. All right. Scratches. We'll just reboot that real quick. I mean, that's pretty good. It's only crashed once tonight, and this time it was just the game, not OBS. Not that they give us a lot of hints. see, we had... Okay, so this was... I thought I'd saved just about this time, so... It'd be nice if in games you could just press Control S and save. Well, I guess some games do have quick load and quick save keys, so you can. And have been able to since the early 90s. I don't know what I was thinking. Oops. There's a very precise order when one is grinding up teeth. It is neat. I don't think I've seen a coffee grinder quite like that. And now back to the chapel. Going to the chapel and we're gonna read notes, trying to banish a god. Those weren't quite the right lyrics, were they?
Havoc. LMAO.
Yeah, close enough. I haven't listened to the oldies station in a while. Thank goodness I had left the candle lit so I wouldn't have to use up any matches. And that was several hours ago. What candles Blackwood had. Let's see. All the same stuff we've already read. Right. Yeah. How the amulet was conceived. Two main elements needed. The victim and the victimizer. Okay, what could possibly be related to a god? There's the hint for the lion's claw. Mixed with a rare plant, which we have. Not too solid. Branch of the particular tree used as a holder. It is on this item that a mysterious blessing was performed. It should be noted that all the elements had to be organic. Wait, okay. That's why we took her tooth. Right. Mysterious blessing. Is there something we're supposed to do in the chapel? Okay. That would be my guess. We're supposed to use these accoutrements, as Michael puts it. Maybe it won't let us walk there now because there's a hole in the floor. Yeah. There's that chalice. Sadly of no use to me. Yeah. Hmm. There's not anything else up here, is there? Yeah. Oops. Yeah, of course it doesn't. That would be too simple. Yeah, sorry everybody. I feel like I ought to be quicker at figuring this out. He mixed it with the plant. And they're not too solid. You have the branch of the tree. A mysterious blessing was performed. Actually, since I'm here, I'll just reread the rest of it, just in case they mention something about the amulet later. Right, why they killed everybody. In the letter to Milton. No. It sounds like James was asking Christopher Milton to kill Catherine as a sacrifice. And then James did it himself. I don't know. I may check the walkthrough again, because I'm pretty stumped. This blessing could be. And it's frustrating because I know we're really close to the end. All right. What? Okay. So, as I'm sure was abundantly clear to everyone except me, we're supposed to go to the attic and melt the ingredients in a stove there. And maybe that was when they said it was, they couldn't be in too solid a form, that was what they meant, but I don't know, I just figured it was grinding them into a powder. Yeah, it's getting darker. No, not this one. There we are. I wonder what kind of fuel that is. It's a paraffin stove, maybe? Okay, seriously, Michael? Light the stove first. Since I had no intention of burning anything just yet, I decided not to waste my matches. A flat surface. Oh, here we have a flat surface. I think this was the empty paint can lid or something. Wouldn't have that much support. Okay, so it looks like there's something missing. So if we can... Is that what this is? That we found in a brick? Aha! We're getting somewhere, we're getting somewhere. There. Melted into something. Oh, the god, what's his name? It seems like he can hear us and he's not happy. The stone felt warm to the touch. It was almost organic. Okay. I attached the stone to the branch. He felt a strange sensation. The ambience. I don't know what that voice was saying, but I suspect it wasn't any human language. Let's just go ahead and save. I waved the amulet in front of the mask, and then... At first nothing seemed to happen, but then the atmosphere felt lighter, as if the house had been relieved of a monstrous burden. Nothing else seemed to happen. Is it just me, or does everything seem a little brighter? It might just be the music. But no, definitely things look clearer and easier to see now. curse removed. I stood there, paralyzed in terror as I heard those horrible noises again. They just wouldn't stop. The scratches. Oops. Is that? Ah. Oh, I'm just going to climb down into the fireplace. As I went down the fireplace, I couldn't shake the feeling of entering a forbidden room, a place that had been and was supposed to remain forgotten by time. Oops, that was... Oh dear. I hope I didn't just break the game. There. I remember being soaking wet and shaking in fear, and yet I just had to go on, as if driven by some unseen force. That? A disgusting teddy bear covered with mud and dirt was lying on the ground. It appeared to be bites that had ripped it, that had ripped its neck.
Backlog cabin. WTFFFF. Backlog cabin. That came out nowhere.
Yeah, that was creepy. Oof. Remembered something.
Unsure of what I had just seen, I raced my car and left Blackwood Manor as quickly as possible. I'm not ashamed of what I did. That disfigured face is still stalking my nightmares, and I've never put foot inside a Victorian house ever since. But there's certainly one thing that I'm grateful for. It was thanks to my encounter below that house that I was able to finish my book and become a prolific writer.
And that's the story of Scratches. Yeah, I remember there was something creepy right at the end, but I didn't realize exactly what it looked like.
Backlog cabin. I came back too late.
Or you came back right at the right part. Yeah, my interpretation is that was...
Backlog cabin. That game looked raw.
Yeah, it did have its moments. It was... But I mean, that was the only real... I guess that during the nightmare, I guess there were a couple of creepy moments in the game, like relatively mild jump scares, but ones that still got you. That's definitely a strong ending. Like, I love, you think you've broken the curse and, imprisoned the evil godlike creature once again, and then you hear the scratches start up. Right, my interpretation is that was Robin, the son of James and Catherine, who was born deformed and monstrous, possibly due to the curse, and they hid him kind of beneath the house all those years. And that's what they were sometimes referring to in the letters, and Dr. Milton's vow. I'm guessing Dr. Milton took care of him until his disappearance. But yeah, it really doesn't need a lot of jump scares to be creepy. Just one or two real scares to accentuate the atmosphere. And in spite of some of the times I got frustrated or could not figure out the puzzles, I think it is a good game. I think we'll go ahead and... It's been streaming a while. This is the director's cut, and it has not expansion pack, but an additional story that takes place after the main one. So I'll probably play that next Wednesday. Go ahead and
Backlog
finish
cabin.
up.
Yeah, getting lost in a horror game sometimes take the suspense away. Backlog cabin. But I am glad you got through it.
Oh, thanks, Backlog. Yeah, me too. It's been, I guess it's been over the course of 4 streams. But, yeah, definitely a good game. Hold on, There it is. Yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me for scratches, and I know we're not done. We'll play the additional chapter, a last visit.
Artyom 7 IBM Heart.
Oh, thanks, Artyom. Yeah, I won't say it's a perfect game, but it has a lot of good points to it, and yeah, like you said, Backlog, I think maybe it's more frustrating with horror games than other adventure games when you are trying to get lost in the atmosphere, and then it's like, wait, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I guess I'm a little more forgiving of that in comedy adventure games. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I'll be playing in the near future. Probably something else old and something else horrific. Hopefully horrific. There are plenty of adventure horror games out there. And I really do appreciate you guys coming through and sticking till the end. Hopefully you all enjoyed
Backlog
scratches.
I've noticed a theme in the games you choose.
Yeah, mostly either old or horror. I guess those are the two main ones. Since I've always been fascinated in horror games, kind of collected those or looked up the freeware horror ones. I don't know, maybe that's my go-to, at least other than games that I've personally played. I would say rush out and buy scratches, but it's not being sold digitally on Steam or GOG right now, so...
Backlog Cabin. I think Crime Patrol was your only non-horror stream I've seen.
Yeah, Crime Patrol. Which I do like rail shooters too. That's another genre I'm particularly fond of. So I'm sure I'll be doing more of those in the future. And interestingly, the development team behind Scratches, has been or especially the main guy has been trying to develop another horror game called Asylum, and someone else came through today and was talking about it, and I hadn't realized it's been in development for 10 years, but they're still trying to get it made, which I really hope they do. It would be great to see more from this team, and they've probably learned a few more tricks and smoothed out some of the hints and made things more logical since 2006. I'm probably going to call it a night, but if you guys could stick around and we can raid somebody, that would be awesome. I'll just see who's online. Surprised he's not on. Okay, I know who we're gonna raid. We'll raid Trasha Bag. She's friendly. And she's playing... Oh, she was playing Nier Automata, but now she's playing Jackbox Party Pack. Oh, if everybody could just go over there.
Friendly is good.
Exactly. Seems like pretty much all the streamers I watch are friendly.
Backlog Cabin. I still gotta beat Nier Automata. Artyom haven't. Nier Automata is amazing.
I haven't played it, but I've watched people play it a little bit, and it does look really cool. Like a game I would like to play at some point. I don't play that many modern or recent games. But let's see.
Artyom Havoc. It's a pure love letter to gaming.
Oh. I didn't pick up on that, but then I only watched a few, scattered moments on different people's streams. I've heard plenty of people talking about it, which, that usually means the game's doing something right. Heard a lot of people talking about Cyberpunk too. That must be pretty big or something. Oh, thank you guys again for coming in and for sticking with it. And I hope to see all you guys again. Feel free to follow if you haven't. And yeah, I hope you have a good night and don't dream about, disfigured creatures with glowing eyes crawling out of holes in the cellar. I always hate it when you dream about those. Anyway, have a good night, guys.
Artyom Habit. You too mad. Backlog cabin. LOL, I'll try not to. Backlog cabin. I can't guarantee it.
Thanks.
Artyom Habit. XD.
Have a good night, you all. Wait, did it raid?
Oh, mon ami, thank you.
I've become a
Fine gentleman because of you.
all your loving care. I want you to have
Purblind
this,
Raver.
mon ami.
Gamer raid. Wild. Yeah, no, the colorblind. Purblind raid. Hi, Kevin. Oh, wow. Hi, Nick. Funny seeing you here. Mon ami, thank you. Thank you for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? Mon ami, thank you. Oh. How was your stream? What'd you get up to? Yes, thank you. Mon ami, fuck you. Hey, whoa, 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 Shootful. I know you were tired. Gosh. It went well. Pleasantly scary. What'd you play? You wanna hold hands and go to a bookstore? I wanna go to a bookstore.
Trash a bag.
I wanna
Thanks for
go.
following.
No. I didn't mean. Esteemed Purblindgamer. I know. I want to go to a bookstore now. It's been a while. Scratches, first-person horror adventure. Lily is choking. Why are you choking, Lily? Why are you choking?
Wait, what did I say? I don't remember. I don't even remember. Oh, hello, mate. That's a wonderful wiener you have there. Mind if I have a little nibble?
Oh my god.
It's really not funny. I'm sorry.
I'll be back. Yeah, it's Nick and Lily and they're just laughing.